Hey, what's up, you guys? Hopefully, you guys can see me pretty good. Uh, it's been a pretty decent weekend for me. Right now, I'm up here in Flint, Michigan. So I just want to come live, guys. I'm in my hotel, just cooling right now. I decided that I wanted to go live and chit chat with you guys for a little bit. I don't have any topics per se. I want to answer any questions if you guys have any questions. Fabio Hart, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up, Antoine? How are you? So I decided to go live, guys. I just want to, kind of chop it up with you guys, see where you guys coming from. Right now, like I said, I'm in Flint, Michigan. Um, yeah. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead. Make sure you uh, tap the notification bell. You heard me? So that way you can get a notification whenever I go live or upload a video. And also make sure you guys like the video. Okay. Like I say, this is just kind of Sunday motivation. I used to do that every Sunday, some time ago, and kind of stopped. So I'm kind of back at it. Um, also, so the reason I'm in Flint, let's start there. I tell you the reason I'm in Flint because I decided that I'm going to expand a little bit more. Flint is one of those areas that get counted out in Michigan just because of the water crisis and the crime level, but you have places like Flint, Saginaw, some of these areas that people are afraid to go into that for whatever reason, based on my research in these areas, I seem to find that it's a viable area for me to go into. Like if I was a real estate guy, Flint, Saginaw, places like this, it's a nice market. It's a hot market because you can get the properties very, very low up there. So, like when you up in Saginaw, whatever, Flint, the property value is very, very, very low. A lot of people are moving out. Let me see. I've been in business a little over a year. 19 commercial. Very good. Very good. Let me see. Counts thanks to you and AJ. AJ is great people. YouTube giving people knowledge. Yeah, very good. Very good. Keep it going, bro. Keep it good. Keep it going. I wish it was more people on my channel like you. You say you got 19, and that's what I tell people. It's no right or wrong way to do this business. As you can see, it's a lot of valuable information here on YouTube. Whether people listen to me or AJ or anybody in between, it's just a great deal of information. Only if people execute, take action, will they be successful. And I try to tell people that all the time. I try to give that motivation, whether it's on my Instagram or whether it's on my Facebook or whatever platform I'm on, because I understand that it's a lot of money to be made out here. That's why I'm here in Flint. Next week, like I told you guys in 2019, that 2020 we was going to penetrate the Grand Rapids market. So next week I'll be in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Be up there for the entire weekend. So the reason I'm in Flint, like, okay, with my lead generation service, like I say, guys, the same thing that I do for you guys, I do for me, right? So during the week, I try to get the appointment set up for like a Friday or like a Saturday, right? So then I'll arrive in town in Flint or whatever city. I'll arrive like that Friday, and I'll spend the entire weekend. Which is why I'm still here in Flint now. I could easily went back down to the Detroit area, guys. But like I say, so I make the calls during the week, right, to try to set up the appointments. To come and do walkthroughs and different things like that. So that's why I'm here. I set up, quite a few different appointments, or had quite a few different appointments set up for me. And now I'm here. We're gonna do the same thing for Grand Rapids and so forth and so forth. So, and that's just beating the phone lines up, guys. Like I say, it's no right or wrong way to do it. I'm still a big fan. Like the way I get most of my accounts now is I buy lists. I use Google AdSense, and believe it or not, I get a lot off of referrals now. I get a lot off of referrals. So like a lot of people that come and work for me, right? They have been already work for a commercial cleaning company. Well, at least lately, I've been getting a lot of people that already work for maybe like a franchise or another independent company. They put in the application, come work for me. And what I do as part of my application process is I ask them, what other contracts have they worked at? And every contract they tell me, I jot it down. I jot it down. And no matter who has that contract, I solicit that contract. And I have picked up quite a few different contracts that way, where people work for other companies or other organizations or what have you. And they say, yeah, I used to clean for this company, or I used to clean for that company. The site they had me at was this plant, or they had me at this facility, or whatever the case is. We jot the name of the facility down, look the number up if they don't have it, and then I have my team go ahead and execute. Okay, and try to get me booked in to do a walkthrough, so eventually I can put some numbers in, right? Put my quote in, and get them on an agreement. So again, that's why I'm here in Flint right now. So we make a ton of calls. If I can help it, I try to set it up for maybe like a Friday and a Saturday. And then after that, do my walkthroughs, get the numbers situated, put the numbers in, and ultimately, hopefully, pick up the contract. So like I say, I'll be up in Grand Rapids next weekend. But yeah, guys, like I said, I just wanted to tap in and come in with you guys. Answer any questions. I get a lot of emails a lot of times, and between me and my assistants, we're not always able to get right back on time with it. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I stopped and got me a little wine, so you guys have any questions? I know a lot of people are going to miss me live. So impromptu. I try to give you guys a head up too, so that way you know when I'm going live. But if you guys have any questions, definitely throw them at me. I would love to entertain them. Also, guys, for those that might be interested in coaching, remember February the 15th is the last day. How's the Google Ads is perfect, man. Oh, I'm such a big fan. I'm such a big fan of the Google Ads, doing the Google AdSense. It's a beautiful thing. I was really opposed of the online marketing methods and different things like that. I also like the sponsor ads on Facebook. I love those. I get a lot of now property management companies. Some property management companies have reached out to me, but that's how we drive our residential side of business, through the Google sponsor ads, the Google ads. I'm sorry, through the Facebook ads. I'm sorry. The Facebook ads, that's how we get a lot of the residential business, through the Facebook ads, and through Google AdSense we get a lot of the commercial stuff. So it's a sweet deal, and it's not as expensive as people think it is. It's really not. So yeah, I would suggest anybody to take a look at those methods. If you're in the maid service or you have a residential cleaning service, take a look at the Facebook sponsor ads, guys. Drive that. Use that platform for that. Or if you got the commercial clean, you can set up a Google AdSense account, get started with that. As tutorials and videos on how to do that. But like I say, if you guys are interested in the mentorship program, the coaching program, let me see. You've been able to do so much without a website. Let me see. Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. Antoine, because I don't want to. Hey, Roz, I don't want to feel like that you don't need a website. Okay, I don't want to feel like that you don't need a website. I think a website is very, very helpful. Okay, I think a website is very, very helpful. Right. So if you have a company website for your company or whatever, I don't want people to get the idea because because I don't have a company website that, I do quite well because I'm aggressive in the marketplace. Hey, what's up, boss? I'm very aggressive in the marketplace. What I like to tell people is that you don't need one. Because a lot of times people, they come into business and they say, well, Fabio, I'm going to set up the website. I'm not going to really get started until I get my website together. And I really think that's the wrong approach to go by. I think eventually you might want to get one, but I don't think in the very beginning that, that's the basis. Like you have to have a website to get started. I think you go ahead and get started, get some momentum, get some traction, and then eventually build your website. Because to your website, you can build for free. You just pay for the domain name. They got a lot of website hosting companies, a lot of website companies out here like Wix and um, uh, WordPress. They got a lot of different, sites out here where you can start up for free. So I'm not saying that you 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 need one, but for me, it's just like me. I have an about me, you know, and I market more or less myself because I do more than just commercial cleaning. So, like, if I was to do a website, I have to have several different websites because I do several different things. I have several different things going, right? But I just never been hooked on a website. Maybe I probably could double sales, if I had a website or triple sales, who knows? But sometimes I'm a little bit caught in my ways, but I'm just really aggressive in the marketplace, right? I'm really, really aggressive. So, but yeah, like I say, those are the three ways that I normally uh, pick up my contracts, So, like I said, I'm really big on the Google AdSense. I think that's a viable way to do it. Let me see. Um, how you feel about all of those janitorial groups on Facebook? Oh yeah, well. Well, to be honest, I'm not on Facebook a whole hell of a lot. Okay, I do be on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook. Actually, my Facebook is ran by Alexis and Jasmine. To be honest, like a lot of the inboxes, different things like that. Yeah, I'm not in any Facebook cleaning group or anything like that. Just like I don't check YouTube and I love YouTube. I'm on the platform in terms of I do research, but I'm always researching other opportunities. I don't even use YouTube to look up cleaning stuff. Like I don't know who the new YouTubers are or who's talking about the cleaning business. Like I just I don't know because I don't YouTube that stuff, right? So yeah, but I think it's good for somebody that's new. If somebody is new and they offering a lot of great information in those groups, then by all means join the janitorial. I just think sometimes it could get like those groups could get I don't know the word. I don't know necessarily. See, they go my I don't know the word that I'm looking for in regards to with those groups, but a lot of times I think those groups can do more harm than help because there's just so many people in those Facebook groups, right? For janitorial, like sometimes people don't know where to start because of the information that's provided in those groups. Some of the information is valid, some of it may not be valid. But like I say, I'm not even on Facebook enough to know really what's going on in regards to those groups. I hear a lot about them though. But yeah, but also like I say, guys, for those that might be interested, don't forget February the 15th. It's the last day I'll be offering any coaching, any paperwork, any lead gen, any of that stuff. So if you're interested, you have between now and February the 15th. You email me at hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com, hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com, and we'll be able to get you set up. Yeah, you get pulled in several different directions. Yep. Claiming the correct way. Claiming they know the correct way. Yeah. Hey, Joe. How's it going? Hey, Fabio. I missed your call last week. Oh, okay. We'll make it up. I don't know if you're in the coaching or anything, but we definitely we'll make it up. Let's see. Thanks for responding to my question. Yeah, not a problem, Antoine. Not a problem. Um, yeah, yeah, you get put in a lot of different directions in those groups, and a lot of times what happens, people don't know where to start. Um, I am a firm believer that it's not just one way to run the business, right? It's multiple different ways. I spoke to people like in my coaching and stuff like that, that they set up a whole different way, right? And it's working for them. So when they tell me, when I get on the call with them and I ask them, well, tell me how you're running your business. Tell me how you're so right on that. Yeah. Tell me how you're running your business. Tell me how your setup is. What you got going. How do you market? And a lot of times they'll tell me, the way that they're doing things, and I'm like, okay, because I know that I don't know it all. Let me see, business stuff is illegal. Yo, it's like the business stuff illegal drug operation. Oh, yikes! He said, yo, yo, is is this like business stuff an illegal drug operation? No, I mean, business is business. Business is business. I mean, you set it up, you get your proper documentation, you set it up. A drug operation, I don't think you can legally set that up. I don't think you can C corp or S corp that, or LLC that, or but no, definitely not. But I missed your call as well. Okay, so yeah, man, that's the best way. Like I say, guys, you definitely really the whole meat and potatoes besides the marketing. Um, Besides marketing is stand on top of your just your faith, your sheer willpower to get out there and do it. Whatever you did to get the first account, I say go ahead and 5x it, 10x it. Yeah, hey, but commercial cleaning isn't for everybody. You know, it's not. So whatever you're doing, if you're in a whole different type of business, got a different business going, and it's working for you, as long as you're taking action and you stand on top of everything, hey, more power to you. But you know, yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody, but business as a whole is beautiful. Whatever business you decide to get in, just as long as execution. You're gonna hear me say execution a lot because that's exactly what I do. I like to execute. Sometimes people won't get any results because they don't execute. At least if you execute right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever the case is, a bad result and a good result, at least you got a result. But if you take no action and you do absolutely nothing, then you won't get those results. So execute, people, definitely, but you know, definitely, that's the absolute key. And that's whether it's you got an online business, brick and mortar business, commercial cleaning company, whatever it is. The reason a lot of people don't win is because a lot of people don't put in the action. They don't, they watch all of the videos, they know what to do, they know how to start it up, they know different ways that they can market, but they just don't do anything with the information. So, and that's what I really, really hone in on with the people that's in my coaching. Like, I really beat them up over that. I really beat them up over that because I really want to see people win. You know, yeah, yeah. Like I say, a lot of people, like just recently I had Mandy, one of my employees, she stepped out, she was working for me, one of my best employees too, right? So she came to me, hey, Fabio, can I get from under this non-compete, and step out and do my own thing? I let her spread her wings. I let her spread her wings. Well, the cool thing about Mandy is she had a easy way going because she understood the business. She worked around me and she watched the videos here on YouTube, which I didn't know, right? She's already up 5K a month in monthly billing. So, more power to her. I told her, hey, take it from 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, keep going, you know. But it's definitely a viable business and it's only going to get stronger this year, guys. It's like every single day, or, every month there's going to be multiple cleaning business going up in your area, my area. It's the first one to get to the meat eat. The first one to get to the meat eat, which is why I'm up here in Flint, Michigan right now. Like I say, during the week I have my people try to line it up for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if necessary. So we do the lead generation for me during the week. Try to line it up Friday, Saturday, possibly Sunday if necessary, and I would then come up and try to do those walkthroughs and submit my numbers and etc. etc. Like I say, next week I'll be in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So we just trying to move along. I'm trying to go in different territories. You know, I already know pretty much the keys to success in making it go. You know, once you get in the contract, my next thing is going to be training. So, you know, I hire somebody, let's say, for example, up here in Flint, you know, go in, clean those buildings, and I keep moving from city to city. But see, I already have a system in place. And that's why I try to teach a lot of people on my videos and on the coaching calls. Systems is very, very important. Okay, so once you take action and you get in the door, you develop your business, the next thing you want to have in place is a system. Okay, there's a lot of people that watch me that's making $100,000, you know, annually, but they self-employed. They're not an entrepreneur, which means they're working within the business. The key to business is you don't necessarily want to work in the business unless that's what you want to do. You know, like, you know, you see me at I go to my sites, but I'm necessarily just checking on employees, making sure everything is up to par, making sure the contact person, you know, it's straight, nothing is going on, nothing that we need to look out for or whatever the case is. You know, if I see that the floors is dirty and they need a strip and wax, or I see the carpet clean need to be done, then I make a mental note or I kind of text it to myself. I do that a lot. I text it myself. So when I get back, you know, home and get situated, I can send out a text to the necessary person so we can put in for a carpet cleaning. That's how I drive my monthly revenues up. I was talking about that last year, more or less to the end of the year. I was telling you guys how I raise my revenue on a monthly basis. I check in with Georgia, I check in with Toledo, with my contact people out there and my supervisors out there. You know, I try to stay up to par with that, right? To see what's going on, see how we could drive the revenues up. And to be honest, that's how I've been able to grow at a massive rate, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest. And I go after big accounts still. And I also go after the little guys, you know, the little doctor's office, little, because I feel like those checks, you know, if I get a contract and it's just $200, I'm not tripping about it, right? Because I'm making way more than that. But I look at it from a volume standpoint, more or less. How much I need to make $1,000 on this deal. Obviously, I would like to make as much money as possible on each given site, but I'm not going to be pressed that this one is $200 and, you know, maybe the other one is $2,000 or whatever the case is. So you don't want to get pressed over that, because at the end of the day, those numbers add up. You know, you're going to still feel the same way about that $200 check as you're going to feel like about that $2,000 check at the end of the month, or your net 15 or your net 30, whatever the case is, right? I still feel the same way. I'm still going to send that invoice out for that 200 as I would for that 2,000. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, guys. I also break the payments up still. You know, I do a net 15 and I do a net 30. You know, you got a guy like my guy DJ the Boss. He said he get paid up front, right? So they cut the check right off the rip with him. So again, and that's why I tell people there's no right or wrong way to do this business, right? Whatever feel comfortable for you. If you can get it to go your way, as let's say DJ the Boss, right? He get it to go his way. It's very helpful information as always. Thank you, bud. Thank you. Yeah, like DJ the Boss, he get it to go his way. Let me see, Roz. She said for the last 7 years I have to agree to 30 and a 45 net pay. Yeah, the net 14, you know, that's pretty much your bi-weekly. net 14. I call it net 15 because give and take is you know, generally 30 days in a week, half of that 15. So I call it net 15. But it's approximately like every other week or bi-weekly paid. So I think that's a good thing if you can get that. You know, a lot of people won't go for the net 15 because of the fact that they do their billing every 30 days. So a lot of people, you won't get that. But if you guys have businesses and they're paying you late, I wouldn't say it's necessarily something wrong with the way you have it set up because you're not held responsible for somebody paying on time. But I feel like if they do pay you late, you should have something in place where that be the last time that happened. You should never get 30 to 60 days. I've had people tell me they're 90 days in and they haven't gotten paid yet. And most of the people that told me that they have like restaurant cleanups and different things like that, right? Where they do all this hard labor, this work, and the restaurant didn't pay them up. See, if I was to do a restaurant, I really wouldn't do a net 30 on a restaurant, to be honest. I would treat a restaurant like I would treat a, late fees. Yep. That's one way, right? But you have to be stern about it, guys. You have to really be stern about it. You have to know, kind of like what you do. You're gonna bump your head. I talk a lot about this on my channel, so you guys can go and watch some of the older videos about it. But it's very rare that I get somebody to pay me late now. It's very rare, and I damn sure don't get 30 to 60 days out, 90 days out, and I haven't gotten paid. That it is not happening to me. It's not happening to me. Another thing, guys, I would like to talk to you guys about is saving your money. Make sure you save your money. Make sure you save your money. I can't stress that enough. Make sure you save your money. It has pissed off a lot of property managers. Yeah. I mean, for property management companies, those are some of my better accounts right there. The property management companies, they pay, for me, they pay really well. And I generally get paid on time. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that none of my clients don't pay late. I'm not saying that. Sometimes it has hurt my company terribly. Yeah, Raj, you might need to get some coaching from me or something. You need to, you got to change up some things, because if it's continuously happen, the first time, shame on them. The second time, shame on you. So you have to put something in place, right? If they have money issues or whatever the case is, if you have to revisit the agreement, tell them, hey, this net 30 isn't working, and we're gonna pull this back to the net 15, right? Which is, like I say, bi-weekly. If you have to do it, if you have to let them go, because sometimes all money isn't good money. I've learned a lot. I've forgotten about the net 30. Oh, okay. Yeah, because if you guys have to cancel a contract, cancel them, right? It's not worth the headache. It's not worth your drive time. It's not worth your labor. If you put this labor in and then you get paid on time this month and you don't get paid on time the next month, and so forth and so forth. Okay. Yeah, so, but I need this 2020, I need you guys to be very, 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 very aggressive. Very aggressive. Okay. And, that's with or without a mentor. If you're still watching my videos, throughout the course of this year, revisit some of the old stuff. Like, this stuff really, really works. It really, really works. Even with some of my older videos, if you just try it out. It's not easy, but you don't want it to be easy. You want to respect the process. You want to respect it if it was easy. And you would do it at will because it'd be so easy. You'll feel like, well, I don't need to do it today because this shit is so easy. I can do it whenever. I'm going to win. So again, like I say, every single day, especially for my people that's just starting out, I just put up a message on my community tab. I had a text message, a guy that's part of my coaching. He kept telling himself, I know I'm not going to get it. And I told him, stop saying that. You putting that out there in the universe. He's like, brother, I know I'm not going to get it. I stay on top of the contracts and invoicing. Yeah, you definitely stay on top. But see, what's happening with a lot of my people is they getting worn out because they're working within the business. The object of the game is to start the business, but not work in the business. You want to kind of govern everything, and I talk a lot about that. Okay, you're not the entrepreneur until you govern everything, until you oversee. You're the leader, right? You don't want to have to continuously work within the business, okay? Because then by the time you get home, you don't feel like there's enough time for you to work on anything administrative, or feel like it's enough time for you to put together a campaign for a mailing campaign, direct mail campaign, or to do some Google ads, or to do some Facebook ads. Like, you feel like, man, I've been working all day, I'm tired, I'm about to take a shower, I'm about to eat, I'm about to chill, right? But see, I have a different type of setup, which is why people call me throughout the course of the day. Fabio, what you doing? Can you pull up? Can you do this? Where are you? I'm at the gym. I'm doing this. I'm at the Hard Rock Cafe. I'm doing that. And again, the reason I can do those things is because my business, number one, I delegate. Okay. So whether it's from an administration side, or whether it's my employees to clean the accounts, I delegate, right? So I could be in Starbucks or Tim Hortons or whatever the case, and then I might leave there and say, you know what, let me shoot to this rehabilitation center that I have where we have day porters, and I'll just go pull up on them. I'll stop in unannounced, just go stop in, right? Some days it's busier than others because I do other things outside of the commercial cleaning. So again, guys, like I say, the object of the game, you work 30 to 60 days in. This is what I would suggest you do, because again, you get to save that revenue. And then you train, you leave your people. So many people is scared to leave people at these contracts. They're like, fuck no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work here with these people. I'm going to direct them and tell them what to do. Even at the site where you guys see I do the videos at, I do the lives, I do the videos at, I'm just there babysitting basically and getting paid very well to do that, right? So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm making sure that they did this and they did that again. And the reason that even started happening, because that site, on a few occasions, we were so close to losing that site. And that's one of my larger accounts. So they gave us a little office area where you see me do the videos, gave us the little office area, right? And I had to tighten up with the training, with who I brought over there, everything, because we were so close to losing that. Really, really close losing that. So I had to turn that around, guys. So again, it's all within the training though. If you know you got a worker and she doesn't show up a lot at account A, and maybe account B is closer to her, she's having problems at account A, move her to account B, because account B is closer, right? It's closer. She'd be able to get there, whatever the case is. And then bring somebody, maybe from another contract, or if you're hiring in, bring somebody else in for account A, train them well, So again, like I got contracts in the city, I got contracts in the suburbs. I kind of pick and choose. You're a legend, Fabio. I've been watching you since 2015. Thank you so much, Antoine. I greatly appreciate you, bro. I really do. I really do. I love those type of emails that come through, and people been watching me. It's people that never joined any program or anything that I had going on, and they email me a copy of their check. I got this watching you, or got this watching between you and AJ, and I love you guys. I want to meet you guys. We get all type of emails. Me and AJ, when we talk about it. They send us I got this check, and it's my first check, and I'm really excited. And although AJ might not express it as much as I do, he's really, really appreciative, for that. We talked a lot about our struggles. I got a lot of story times that I'm gonna do too, guys, because I talk about the motivation aspect, and what I am doing. Most entrepreneurs don't talk about their downfall, right? They try to put it behind them. They don't ponder over it. They don't let it get them down. They realize that this has happened. This was a problem. They try to correct it and move forward. And I'm no different. But I got some story times that I'm gonna tell you guys about, because everything isn't always peaches and cream with me. From an employee standpoint, from a business standpoint, uh, just in life, period. Family. You got people that hate on you. I had to cut a lot of people off in 2019, in 2020 from 2019. A bunch of hating. When you making money, you making moves, you doing what you're supposed to do. A lot of people that's around you seem to start envious you. They become very envious. So you got to deal with those problems, right? Um, so yeah, that's what happens, man. I tell people all the time, don't if you start making money, kind of move out of your area too, because trust me, your neighbors, the friends that you know in your block or your community or whatever the case, people is gonna start hating on you. They're gonna key your car. They're gonna do crazy shit, bro. Like they just they gonna mess with you, gonna try to trick you out your position, right? When you're trying to build this thing. So I would suggest a lot of people do that, because people, they might try to rob you because you making noise in your section, you making noise in your city. So again, and this can happen to anybody. It's not a color thing, right? The suburbs, it happens. People hate on people. How can he start a cleaning business? How can she start a salon or whatever the case is, and they hate on you. So again, guys, you don't want to get too comfortable. You want to keep your eyes and ears open at all time, but ultimately you want to stay focused on that business execution. Please do that every single day. Whatever marketing method you're using, please execute. If you got yourself a mentor, listen to that mentor. If he giving you free game and you watching somebody podcast and you like, damn, that's really useful. I could use that, right? Execute on it, especially if it's free. Like I say, the information I give right here on YouTube, it's free, right? So with this free information, you guys need to put a plan together, and it's easy to do only if you break your business down to sections. See, a lot of people try to think of making a lot of money very fast, and they just hone in on one little thing that they're gonna do or that they're not going to do, right? And I don't believe in that. I believe you break it down systematically by pieces, by pieces. You break it down, and then that way you'll be able to, have a whole set put together. You'll be able to kind of put together your system for your company. And that's exactly what I did from top to bottom. And still do. I add to it. If something's not working, I take it out, but I give it a fair shake. So, but a lot has to do with the mind, guys. A lot has to do with the mind. A lot of people email me about The Secret. I watched The Secret. Bobby, I'm a big fan of The Secret. I'm a fan of The Secret too. It's just The Secret forget to tell you that one little part, and that's execution and taking action. They tell you can think about it and you can attract it in the universe, and you can't attract shit in the universe if you don't do anything in the universe, right? You can't attract shit in the universe if you don't do anything in the universe. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Is it Ferret? What's up? So, that's like I say, guys. I wanted to impute this motivation in you guys because I know y'all can do it. I know y'all can do it. And if you on here, and you watching my live and you and my coaching and you're not doing anything, I'm on your ass. And you guys, that's how I talk to you. I'm on your ass because there's no way in the hell that you should be in my coaching. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. A Google locator service, whatever works. Try it. Try it. I'm not against anything, bro. As long as it's ethical and it's legal, I'm not against anything. Try it. Google locator service. Try it. If it worked for you, keep going. If it doesn't work, Don't do it. Switch it up. Go to another business. Go to another, format. Do something different. But give it a fair shake. You don't want to try it for 3 weeks and say, oh, this shit didn't work. You got to give it some time. Even when I talk about the Google AdSense and I talk about, the cold calling and stuff, and man, it takes us a lot of calls. It takes a lot of calls. But once my people get on, we got a script. Once we get on the phone and we kind of know how to talk to them, and that's how I'm able to get people. That's part of my coaching. That's how I'm able to get them booked. That's how I'm able to get them booked. But I also try to teach them on the coaching some tactics that they can use, and I try to get them in the same mind frame that I'm in. So if you don't want to do the calls yourself, that's fine. But hire somebody, like me, that can do those calls, whether it's a third-party company or whether it's an in-house service that you have. Hire somebody, you train them well, you give them a well put together little script to go by, right? And you have them make the calls. And you have your people you give your people quotas. Like me, I give them quotas, a certain quotas that they got to meet a month, right? I'm really hard on my people. Like I'm especially the people that make those calls, because see, I got to pay them for their time anyway. So I don't want to be paying you and we're not producing. So I give them quotas, okay? And for the most part, everybody they make the quota, and all they're doing is just setting up an appointment. They're not responsible for closing. They're not responsible for putting in the estimate. All they're doing is setting up the appointments for me. That's all they're doing, right? Setting up the appointments. When you guys send your list to me, people that's part of the lead gen or the coaching, we're making those calls. We're making those calls, and I hold them to the same type of standard as I do with myself for you guys. Virtual, anything that's like AI, that's the way to go. I'm not against the virtual assistant. I'm not against that. Yeah, I'm not against the virtual assistant at all. Got me a little wine, you guys. I bought me some wine here. Casual wine drinker. But yeah, you guys, so that's what you want to do, But please do this every single day, every single day. Really, you shouldn't have no days off if you're really just starting. Like me, I take the weekends off for myself, unless it's something like this, right? Where, I have some appointments set up. But for the most part, I'm at home, I'm just chill mode or whatever the case is. I'm lollygagging, I'm with family. You stressed out currently? Here's the thing, Roz. Here's the thing. A lot of the stress could be alleviated if you only change the way you think about the stress. More people focus on the problem than they do the solution. More people focus on the problem than they do the solution. And that's not going to help the mindset at all, ever. So in order to reduce the stress, I don't care if it's personal stress, business stress, if it's just something you got going on, if it's a woman and she's on her menstrual and she's stressing out that way, whatever it is, the thoughts you put in your head, it dictates your whole mood. Your whole mood. Like I lose contracts, right? I'm not no different than any other business. I lose contracts throughout the course of the year. Do I want to lose them? No. But it's not the fact that I lost a contract. It's what I do about the fact that I lost a contract that's going to dictate my success. Losing a contract, it's just on the surface for me. But what are you going to do about the fact that you lost this contract? Okay? So that's where you guys hear my motto, every time I lose one, I try to bounce back with two. And I've been saying that for years and years on my videos and whatever. and I still live by that. Every time I lose one, I try to bounce back with two. Just recently I had people, they saying, Fabio, this person don't like you. I say, I don't give a damn. Tell them to put in an application, right? On Facebook, people sneak this. Oh, people think because they got a business or they doing this. I hate funny acting people. And I'm scrolling down my timeline and I see it and I keep scrolling. And sometimes when I'm petty, I like it, you know. So, but those be the same people that jump in your inbox or be on your phone asking you for something. So again, I don't let certain things stress. I got trolls here on YouTube, right? They troll me, right? They email me. They troll my YouTube. I just block them. Not a problem. Facebook, social media. I just don't let it get to me. Right? Because see, when you allow people to knock you off your square, people will continue to knock you off your square because they know that you're irritated by it. They know they got you. And then the next thing that happens is all of that start clouding in your head, that start clouding around you, and then it makes you feel lesser than what you are. It makes you feel like you can't do what you know you need to do, or what you know you could do, or what you know you can do. Guys, let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. Y'all know I be hitting y'all with the knowledge. Let's get these likes up. Okay? But like I say, man, you shouldn't, if it's something, especially, and I tell people this, I was on my live on Facebook, and I was telling people say, I'm stressed. I'm stressed, and here's why I'm stressed. I'm stressed because of my mom is going through this. Listen, and I mean this with them, and in all due respect. What's supposed to happen will happen. You can't control it. What's supposed to happen will happen. You can't control it. So if you got an illness in your family, and I'm not being insensitive to anybody, right? If you got an illness in your family, if your family is going through something, you can't change it. If they got cancer and they're in the last stage, they're on the last legs, you can't change that. You have to let them deal with their God, right? You could pray for them. You could be by their bedside, right? Sometimes they might come out of it, right? Sometimes they may not, and we might lose those people. But at the end of the day, the people that really love us want us to keep going. So if they was to pass along, or whatever the case is, and I'm using this more horrific example, guys, but it's life. They would want you to keep going. They would want you to still be productive. They would want you to go for your goals, go for your dreams. Go for your aspirations of what inspire you. Okay? They will want you to go after that stuff, especially if they love you. Right? Now, we may not like the fact that they, deceased and they gone along, right? But that should make you, yay, cut up. That should make you get in there and really, like, I'm really about to do this. If I'm not going to do it for nobody, I'm about to do it for my dad. I'm about to do it for my grandma. You got any advice on insurance in Michigan for a cleaning company? What's the reasonable price of one-man crew? In the beginning, bless. Really, man, the way I played it, because Michigan is, one of those type of states that, insurance is just high across the board, whether it's medical, vehicle, auto insurance, whatever. So the way I do it, man, I used to go, I like to call it the dealership tactic. So let's say you call, let's say Geico and State Farm. Let's just take those two. So if you're going for car insurance, I would say a lot of times they do the price match. So let's say you call Geico, right, for car insurance, and they're up sky high. You like, oh shit, I don't want to pay it. Then what I would do is call 2 or 3, and that's how I kind of negotiated mine. I say, well, I might want Geico, right? But I would tell Geico, hey, Allstate got it for this. But I prefer you guys because I got people in my family that got Geico, whatever the case is. So, because Geico might say, well, why you don't go to Allstate? But I would say, well, I got people in my family that have Geico, so I'm familiar with Geico, and I would just prefer you guys. But I just want to know what type of offer. So you almost have to look at it like a real estate, like a negotiation with it, because especially in Michigan, right? So I will kind of bounce one off on the short answer. I will bounce one off the other. Like if you find one for a lower dollar amount, you can either go with that, or you can try to like negotiate between the two. You can try to get one to match that price. Now, how much insurance you should start with? Um, Most of them will push $1 million policy on you, but there is some more smaller insurance companies. Like if you go on Google and just type in Michigan insurers or Michigan insurance companies, right? You'll find some of the ones that you might not have never heard about, and those will be the type of ones that will give you a smaller policy a lot of times because they're more small and dynamic, right? And business, they're not as big as your State Farms and your Geico's and your Progressives, those type of guys, right? Um, but I think the going policy is $1 million policy, and it's not as expensive as you think it is. I mean, when you think $1 million, you think, okay, it's a lot of money, but it's not as expensive as you think it is. Your premiums, okay. But I will use that tactic that I just told you about because that's how I kind of deal with mine. I pay mine every 6 months, my business insurance. So semi-annually, 2 times a year, every 6 months, I pay for my insurance. So that would be the best way that I could tell you to go about. You would just kind of Google insurers or Google insurance companies. Not a problem, bro. And you could find a guy like that can offer you a policy that like you might not have never heard of that company. It might be a local company, it might be somewhere downtown Detroit, or it could be out in Livonia, it could be in Roseville or Warren or Harper Woods, whatever. And you might have a little standalone building that you done drove by that you never even thought was an insurance company. And he might offer you a $500,000 policy. Or you might say, hey, I need a $500,000 policy. A lot of times people say, well, and I'm still a firm believer that you don't need $1 million policy, right? But they'll try to sell you that because that's really kind of in the marketplace right now. They want to start you at least off at $1 million. But if you can get $1 million policy for a reasonable rate that you feel like this is reasonable and I will pay it, then why not get the million over the $500,000 policy? So again, the object of the game is not to have to do the claim. So that's the object of the game, is not to have to do the claim. So it's nice to have the insurance, but you don't want to come to the point where you have to use the insurance, right? So, but yeah, that's how I feel about that, guys. But like I said, guys, if you got any more questions, throw them at me. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. I'm just doing this my Sunday motivational video. I know it's not as late as it normally is when I go live, but yeah, let's get it. Right now I'm in Flint, Michigan. If you're just joining me, reason I'm here because I had some appointments set up for some walkthroughs for businesses up here, over the course of the weekend. So during the week, like I was saying, guys, I do the lead generation for my business, have my people call and make those calls for me, and then try to get the appointments set up. Man, uniforms is paramount, bro. Uniforms is paramount, at least with the shirts. Like, you want to have your uniform shirts. It's colder now, so I would have more of maybe the button-up shirt, or like you can have maybe like some hoodies, because a lot of these plants, a lot of these facilities, it's a nice temperature to them, but it might be really cold to your workers, right? But yeah, you want anything with your company logo or your company name on it. Those type of shirts. You can have the button up. You can have the polo. You can have the hoodies. As far as the pants, since I have all girls that work for me, I don't let them wear leggings or anything like that. It has to be like a khaki color or maybe like a dark color. So a lot of my girls, they go and get Dickies. They go to if you're in, it sounds like you're in Detroit or at least familiar with Detroit. So if you're in Detroit, they go to the uniform store, where they sell the Dickies. Or they go to, what's that, City Trends or something like that. Those little places, and they find the little black pants or the khaki pants, and then they just wear our shirts. Okay. But I think the uniform just bring out a different presence about your business, opposed to where you just let guys wear a Nike hoodie, some jeans, he's sagging, you know. I don't really ponder over the shoes that much, right? I just want them to look presentable, you know. Um, and the same thing with my females. I don't want them to look, you know, like a little hood rat or something like that, like because this is the presentation of your business, right? It's the presentation, and whether it's a day porter or whether it's evening time cleaning. Sometimes they might walk in. You don't want them to walk in and your worker looking like she just left the club, right? Like she's on her way to the club. So, but you know, I think uniforms is paramount, to be honest, and I think you should push that. A lot of people don't push that, but I think you should push that, and you have to start with yourself. You have to start with yourself. Yeah. You guys have any more questions? You know, let's get the likes up. Let's get those likes up. Um, you guys have any more questions? Once again, if you just joined me, you need the coaching. February the 15th is the last day for the coaching. Guys, you won't hear me offering any coaching, lead gen, or paperwork here on the channel after February the 15th. So you have between now and then. You can always email me at hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com, hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com for the coaching. Okay. Um, if you check my community tab, I got the price breakdown. I don't have it in front of me, but I got the price breakdown on how much each service or what the product costs. That way, so you guys already know. So it'll make it easier for you to get started because you already know how much it costs and what you want. All right. But you got between now and February the 15th. You email me at hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com for that. You guys have any more questions? I want to get your questions out here. Again, be executing every single day. Be marketing every single day. It don't take a lot of money to start this stuff if you guys just start. And if you're doing it for some time now, you've been in the game for some time, and you still working. What's the standpoint on? What's your standpoint on property preservation? I really don't have a standpoint on it. To be honest, I really don't. Property preservation. I really don't have a standpoint on it. Yeah. You guys, you have any more questions for me? Excuse my hair, guys. It's looking mess. It's cold out here, so I have my hat on. So my hair is a mess as usual. But you guys have any more questions for me? Come on, guys. I'm telling you, this year I need you guys to do it. I need you guys. I'm gonna start randomly emailing some of you guys. Just you know, just to check on business, not to sell you anything. Right? By that time, everything will be over anyway. But I'm gonna start emailing just to check on business, see what you guys got going on. That's why I want you guys that's interested to take advantage of the coaching, because especially the annual coaching, got a whole year. So the annual coaching is only $900. I brought it down there. It was up 2,000. Remember, I put it up 2,000. Now I cut it down dramatically. $900 for the entire year. So imagine you pay $900, and then by the end of the year you made $9,000, right? Or you're making that in monthly billing, right? Going through the lead gen or going through the coaching, whatever the case is. Why am I stopping the coaching? Because I'm not really making a profit on it, really, right? And if I mark it up too high, people aren't really going to be able to afford it. Like most people, I know the demographics of the people that I have on my channel, right? And most people are close to being impoverished, right? Like they're not making a lot of money, or they have maybe a subpar type of job, right? Some people work at a plant, right? Some people making a decent income. I have a lot of people that's doing like DoorDash and Uber, that type of thing, and they're not pulling in revenue. So I understand what I got, you know, in terms of my subscribers, right? So I'm not really making a profit from it. And if I mark it up to where I can make a profit from it, then you wouldn't be able to afford it, right? So that's why, again, that's why I dropped it down dramatically. Now, like the entire year program is $900. This whole weekend, we got about 5 or 6 people that came in. Just as I was talking to Jasmine and Alexis, my assistants, and we had like 5 or 6 people that came in. Because it's a little bit more affordable than $2,000, right? So the revenue that come in from like the paperwork, that type of thing, I just put it in a marketing pool because I'm gonna already spend it on Google AdSense or whatever marketing thing I got going on. So that revenue come right in, and we just put it in a marketing pool, and I have that revenue help me just leverage other money, right? Put it right in that pool, throw it to the marketing, turn the marketing around, and make more money on top of it. So that's why I'm stopping the coaching, but the videos will still be coming. But if they get into coaching, then they'll always be able to do the coaching with me. So for an example, if they in a coaching in a year, you know, they use they paid $900, and they say, well, shit, I turned around and I made 3 grand in 1 month, hypothetically speaking, or 2 months with them with his coaching or his lead gen. Fuck that, man. At the end of this, I want to go again. The people that's in it, I will let them go again. I will let them pay again for the coaching. And whatever they paid the first time, they can just pay it again. They'd be willing to pay it if you agree at that point, because they've already seen the results throughout the year, right? They'll be willing to pay it, right? So, but I won't be pushing it like I'm marketing it now, putting it out there in the universe on my Facebook and my Instagram and on YouTube. You won't be hearing me say, hey, if you guys want coaching and this and this and that. All of the information will just be in the videos. I won't be selling anything at that point. February the 15th is the cutoff point for it. I won't be selling anything. Like I said, if you go in the community tab, I just slashed every price down. Lead generation, I think, is like $300 or $350 or something, and that was marked up. I had marked it up, so it's up to you guys, though. I try to let you know it's there, but I try not to force it upon you. Okay. So yeah, you guys have any more questions? Most of the people that I get emails from, they're having problems with the employees. That has a lot to do with training, guys. I've done videos talking about how I deal with my employees. If you're in my coaching, I've already helped you systematically break that down. Some people listen, and some people don't listen. So if you listen to me, you kind of just break it down into bite-sized pieces, you will see progression in your dealing with your employees. Some people, you paying your people way too much money, right? I would rather you pay them minimum wage and whatever that is in your area, and then bump them up with growth. Okay, bump them up with growth, because a lot of times you can overpay a man and he won't deliver the service the way you need him to deliver it, right? Or she won't deliver it, right? So and that's a bummer within itself, because you're like, damn, I'm gonna pay X amount of dollars out and they didn't do what they needed to do, or I had to continue to tell them what to do or whatever. That's why I say training is a must. I would tell you, if you could afford a personal assistant, get you one. If you can afford a like what I like to call a field supervisor, the person that go and check on your employees and check on your accounts, get you one. Between those two, that'll take a lot of pressure off of you. Between those two, your personal assistant and your field supervisors. Okay? Because see, your employees will report to the field supervisor. So they don't have to text and call you every minute about, we don't have this, we don't have that, they said this, they said that, right? They deal with the field supervisor, and then your field supervisors can deal directly with you. Also, guys, you have to start having meetings with all your employees. I don't care if you have to go to Starbucks. I don't care if you have to rent out space at a church, at a hall, at some type of meeting service room in your local area. I don't care. You have to start having meetings with your employees. This is how I know a lot about what's going on in the accounts, and I apply the same type of pressure in Toledo, even though I'm not there. Again, everything is systematically done. Even though I'm not there, I post the same thing. I like to know what's going on, and then everybody report it back to me. Like I'm not even in Atlanta, but I know what's going on in Atlanta, and I don't take my people, my employees, my field supervisors. I don't take their word at face value. I follow up behind that. So if you my field supervisor and I check and I say, hey, how's everything going in Toledo? Hey, boss, everything's great. Everything is great. Okay, then I start calling the clients because I need to make sure essentially what my supervisor is telling me is factual, is true. So I start calling the clients. Hi, I'm Fabio Hart, Hollywood Janitorial. How's everything? Oh, Fabio, hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make it out. Small talk, but everything is great. The team is great. Um, we had a leak, due to weather issues came in. They seemed to clean that up pretty well. I said, yeah, that was brought to my attention because again, I like to know. So either they're gonna text, their supervisor let me know, or they'll send an email directly in and go into my Toledo office, downtown Toledo. But eventually I'm gonna find out about it. Again, everything is systematically ran, right? Everything is systematically ran. And this is the type of stuff that I talk about on the coaching for the people that got the maid service. I've had so many people that say, Fabio, I went through Thumbtack and I was able to get, a few, residential accounts, but no one is sticking with me. Thumbtack I think is a viable source too. People ask me about Thumbtack all the time. Now I'm not a fan at all that Home Advisor, but you can make some money with Thumbtack. The thing is, those clients for whatever reason don't stick along for the long term. It's more like a one-time clean and one and out deal, right? But I'm able, because I consistently do it, I'm able to be able to set a lot of my residentials up as repeat clients. But again, I go in from a perspective of the authoritative, like I'm an authority of it, the expert. You got to come in as the expert, right? So, if you can save, even if you can save money, like if you're looking at this house and this house don't need to be clean, every week, and you can do a cleaning every 2 weeks, suggest that, guys, because they would love you more for your honesty opposed to trying to beat them out a few bucks. So you can look at it and say, well, you know what, really, you could, number one, save you some money, and number two, based on what you need done, this should be able to be taken care of bi-weekly. We'd be able to do this for you. We can do it weekly if you want, but based on the size of home and what you need done, we can knock this out bi-weekly. And I have done that. I have done that. But if they persist that they want it weekly, cool. Now you don't have to go that route because again, I'm making a substantial amount in monthly revenue on the commercial side. But see, I always have new clients coming in, especially through that Facebook stuff. I'm a real big believer in that Facebook sponsor ads, and it's not as much as you think it is. All you got to do is hit Facebook up. You can do it straight from the Facebook app. Straight from the Facebook app. Okay. But I'm a real big believer. If people say, Fabio, how can I make some quick money real quick? I want to get my feet started. Like people ask me, Fabio, if you had to do it all over, and you needed to make some money fast, which route would you go? Commercial or residential? I told them I would go residential. That's if I had to make some money fast. Like I want to make it fast, I would go to residential because I feel like you're able to pick up residential accounts a lot faster than you are commercial. That's just my personal opinion. Okay. But if you ask me for a long term, which way would you go? I would say commercial. Okay. Residential can pick them up fast. But again, they usually, like I say, they're one and out. Commercial might take a little time, but once you're in that thing, you'll have them from years and years. Just depending on you. You know, if you guys do what you're supposed to do, it depends on you, right? You can have them for years and years. So, but yeah, you guys put together that through a Facebook campaign. Give it some time. Just don't say, well, Fabio said do this. I'm gonna do this, and by next week, if it ain't doing what I needed to do, guys, you gotta keep advertising. Okay, you gotta keep advertising. You know, give it a month. Do a month campaign, month and a half campaign, and see where it gets you. Right? For all my carpet cleaners, I got my guy right. It's on my other phone. I wish I could. He sent me pictures of his work. He's in my coaching right now. He's in my coaching right now. Send me pictures of his work. Him doing the job. I told him, I say, hey, do the job and put it up on your he don't want to start a YouTube about it. I said, you should put this up on your YouTube. You see your team doing the work. They got the shirts on and this type of thing, right? Put it up on your YouTube. He don't want to start a YouTube. But he do take videos of it and this and this and that. So I do believe he had a website though. He had a website prior to coming into the, so I told him post it on your website. Have a little gallery, little section where you have the before and after pictures. I told him put your name and number on the pictures because people steal it. So you want to make it hard for people when they attempt to steal it. You know, your information is already on there, right? And he's doing phenomenal. He's doing great. I've even given him work because of the workload. He's local to me, so I've even given him work. Like, hey, bro, I can't take this. You want it? Hey, do I owe you anything for it? No, go ahead. And he's right here on YouTube. He's in my coaching. Yeah. Yeah, he lived down what we call down river. Stay in Brownstown, Michigan, right? We talk, we text. You know, if he needs something, you know, because he's local to me, right? But I didn't gave him just coming through using Facebook. Like I say, I'm a big fan of Facebook, but sometimes the workload is heavy. So I'll send it to him. I say, hey, boom, you want this? Take a look at it. I say, hey, see if they got carpet. You know, I give them pointers if they got dirty carpet or anything that you can upsell them. You know, get in and upsell them. Tell them you give them a special. You give them, you know, that irresistible. That's what I tell them on the coaching. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Yeah, residential, get those accounts very fast. You can get those residential accounts very, very fast. They don't stay for long term. And like she said, or he, or she, like she said, they pay the same day. You don't want to net those out. And if you do net it out, don't net it out past a week. Don't net it out 7 days. Because I don't know, maybe the money might be funny. They might not have everything, whatever the case is. Don't go past Friday. So if you did it on Monday, Friday, you expecting the check is basically what I'm saying. Right? But don't net it out 14 days or 30 days or whatever. That's too long for considering what you have to do. Okay? But most times they already know if they hired a cleaning service, they already know how it goes. They know that you're going to clean and that they're going to pay immediately following the clean. Okay? Whether they're there or they're not, a lot of times they'll leave the check and tell you where they left the check. Okay? Or some people pay you cash. You know, they'll leave the cash and say, hey, the cash is in the mailbox or it's on the side of the house in the little chute box that they got or whatever the case is. They'll let you know, right? Or, you know, just they'll be on the table right there. You clean it, you know, hey, sticky note, hey, this is for you. It's in the envelope. You already know it's for you, right? So sometimes they have their children give it to you, you know, the children home or whatever the case is, right? Hey, my daughter, she's going to pay you. I'm not home. However it goes, just make sure you don't span it out past a week. I would say give them to that Friday, maybe Saturday, right? But don't go past that. Like don't do a net 14 on just a regular residential job, guys. But most times, like I say, they know to pay right away. Even with us, some people is like, oh, I can cash app you. Can I cash app you the revenue? Well, I don't have the cash app. I don't do cash app. So I'm like, well, I don't have we don't do the cash app. And that's really the only method of payment. I had cash app before just to get off subject, but random people was asking that I don't even know. I'm thinking like, I thought people you know can cash app you, but if they know your cash app name, they could just send a request for money. That shit was getting irritated. It was irritating me. So I canceled cash app. But some of your people, you know, you might want to have that on deck because sometimes they'll say, well, before you guys leave or whatever, just let me know and I can cash app you the money. They'd rather do it that way. And it's already connected to your bank. It'll go directly to your bank, right? So I know how it goes, but yeah, guys. So if you need to make money fast, I would suggest that you start with like a Facebook like sponsor ad campaign, right, for the residential, because you can get those a lot faster. The only difference is You're gonna always, it's almost like a car dealership. They sell the one car, but they can't live off of that one car, so they got to keep selling units. They got to keep moving units, and it's the same thing with this. Me, I have found a way to, and like I said, I talked about this on my coaching, but I have found a way to maintain my residential accounts. Whether we clean it weekly or bi-weekly, once a month, whatever it is, it's better than cleaning it one time and then you have to wait on them to. Is there a specific day customers call request for cleaning? Is there any specific day customers call to request for cleaning? No. Are you talking about residential or commercial? No. It's no specific day. But if it is, they specify it. But it's no specific day. They specify it if it is, though. So, again, guys, like I said, I want you guys to get out there. I want you to crush it 2020. I want you to crush it 2020. And like I said, you can do this without a mentor. You can do it without a coaching. The only reason I say I think those type of individuals will help you because they've already been where you're trying to go. And they can help you, get around the hurdles and the stumbling blocks, right? And they can give you more information just about business as a whole, about other things that you're not, you probably don't know much about, or you're not familiar with. They can give you more information. You understand? But you don't need a coach to make this business work. You got the power of YouTube, the power of the internet, right? And then taking action, executing, right? You have to get, that's the only thing really that hold people back is they just don't execute. They don't put the necessary time in there. And that's why I wanted to come with this Sunday motivational video, because I really think that a lot of you guys are sleeping on yourself. I'm just trying to get you not to repeat 2020 like you repeat your 2020 as you did with your 19. I want your 2020 to be that year. It's a new decade. There's no reason why you guys can't execute. There's no reason why you shouldn't be successful. I'm no better than you. I just think a little bit differently than you. Okay, like I said, as I sit up here in Flint, next week I got Grand Rapids. Oh, you're talking about residential? Yeah. Like I say, it's no specific day, but if it is a specific day that they prefer you to do it, because when you're doing the residential, it'll be daytime anyway. It's generally in the day when you're cleaning them. Okay, so if it's a specific day that they prefer you, they specify that. I need you on Wednesdays, or I need you on Fridays, or whatever the case is. They specify that. But it's a way to do it where you can get them as an ongoing contract. And it's another way, man, I want to talk about it so much, but I leave it for my coaching. Is another way that you can attract customers that I use that works for me outside of the Facebook, outside of the Facebook. But it's beautiful, especially once you start doing it. But like I said, guys, at the end of 2020, it's gonna be up to you guys. It's gonna be all on you. Did you put in enough sweat equity? Did you invest enough money into your business? A lot of you guys get your profits and you eat it up. You need to save money. Save money. So when something arises, or you can go to a seminar, you can further along your education, you can invest in this, you can get equipment. You don't have to say, well, I gotta wait till I get this check and I need to save a few more weeks and this and this. That's not the way to go, guys. You need to have what I like to call cash on deck, right? You need to have a reserve. So in the event an expense come up, or the event that you have to invest in yourself, or you have to do something, you have that money designated for something like that. Many people call it a rainy day fund. Whatever the case is, you need to start saving money. You need to start saving money. I got people that's part of my coaching making $10,000, 10,500 a month, 10,500 a month. And we talk all the time. They shoot me a text or they send me their new purchase, and I tell them that's not the way to go. Please listen to me. That's not the way to go. They have been to purchase something and, for $5,000, look what I got. I'm saying that's not the way to go, especially when it comes to equipment. A lot of times people think that they have to get equipment new. They have to get equipment right away. Bro, stack that money, because at the very least, you could rent a piece of equipment for a fraction of that and write it off on your taxes. In the early on stages, stack it. So if you're getting 10.5 a month, like I be telling you, they go out and, like, I got a guy, he's in commercial cleaning. He's in my coaching, right? He's in commercial cleaning. And he lives in, I want to say St. Paul. Is it St. Paul or St. Cloud? It's one of those saints. I think he's staying in St. Paul, Minnesota. So it get cold, it get snow and that type of thing. So he wanted to buy a snowblower. I'm like, dude, you could rent a snowblower. So he want to get all of this because he's doing commercial, but he also want to do like landscaping, snow, leaves, in the summertime, grass edging up and that type of stuff, right? So he have certain equipment, but he doesn't have a snowblower. He has a fancy shovel. He needs to be picture fancy shovel that he has and stuff like that. But I say, look, you don't have to buy new. You can go to a lot of these shops that sell the equipment, and they have used equipment. You can get used, or they have rental machines or rental snowblower. You could rent the snowblower and you write it off on your taxes. It's a business expense, right? But you see, you wasn't making no money really in the landscaping field. You hopped in, you start, building some traction. You start making. Now you're up 10.5, and now you want to buy, brand new. I told him, stack the money, stack the money, stack the money, stack the money. Double it, triple it, stack the money, stack the money. And that's what I'm telling you guys. I got some people, on here right now that's killing it. I got one guy, he's been thumbtacking it out. He used thumbtacks, he make a lot of money. Thumbtacking it out, and I tell him, stack the money. Look on Facebook Marketplace in your area. Yeah. Yeah, you could look on Facebook Marketplace, get it, cheap, or you can some of these forums, they have these auction forums, these online auction forums. You can do that. Amazon, I'm hearing, get it, for a reasonable price. But I would say not to even worry about that right now. I would say rent it. Rent it, because you can get it like pennies on a dollar. You can get it for a fraction of what you have to, for a big fraction of what you would pay for new. Okay, or you can find it at a liquidation center. Guys can go to liquidations where they liquidating stuff. People then, whatever the case, going out of business, whatever the case, they selling their equipment. Boom, you can go there. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. You don't necessarily have to buy new. Okay, all my equipment was used when I first bought it. Now I still have the used equipment. It's in the warehouse. I have new stuff now, but I've build revenue over time, right? So it's become a point where I'm able to afford it. But I never even use mine. I swear I never even use mine. I don't think about selling it, but I never even use it because I source the job out. I outsource it, right? So I have a third-party company, a vendor, right? Contractor to do those carpet cleaning jobs, to do those floor care jobs, to do these different jobs for me. So I don't even have to use mine, but in the event that I have to do it, and that I have to pull mine out, I already have it. Okay, so, but I'm in a different little situation. So that's what I suggested that you guys do. Now, if your thing is carpet cleaning and that's what you do, or floor care, you do floor jobs and that's your thing, and you feel like you need the machine, you still can start use. You still can, especially if you don't have the money. Now, if you have the money, then if you have the money and floor care is what you're going into, right? Carpet cleaning is what you're going into. Then it could be, you still could write it off, right? It's a business expense either way. But then I can see where you would say, well, Fabio, I hear what you're saying, but I need this because I'm not doing commercial or residential. I'm actually doing carpet cleaning, and I need a machine, right? So boom, there you go. You buy the machine because you're going to be using this on a consistent basis. This is what you're doing, okay? A lot of people get caught in the truck mount. My guy that I'm talking about, he bought this. It's cool too. The one that's in Brownstown, right? That's local to me. He got this little Sprinter van, and it's all flashy, and so he's going to get it wrapped. I told him, I said, man, you don't see nobody that got they Sprinter wrap. I mean, you see the celebrity, the rappers and the radio station. I say you should go and get your Sprinter van wrap. You know, the car wrap, right, with your logo, with your face. I say that'll set you up. That'll set you apart. You'll be the only carpet cleaning guy and this and this and that does this. You know, because that's what he does. The carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning and different cleaning. He even do car detailing, clean your seats. The kids spill McDonald's juice and all of this on the seats or whatever. He do the detailing and stuff with the cars. So I mean, and he has all of the equipment too. He's already have it. He got the stuff. Like I say, I sent him, a job just recently. Because again, I get a lot of stuff coming in, but that's his business. And that was just me on a coaching call thinking outside. I say, once you get your sprinter, once you get it wrapped. I never thought about that. He got the magnet. I said, nah, fuck that, bro. I said, get it wrapped. That's gonna set you apart. That's gonna set you apart with your company number on it, your face, whatever you got this little logo, this little graphic thing sent me. I said, yeah, shit, get it wrapped. So people know that you exist. So he started making so much money that he's sourced his money out because his wife does I forgot what she do, but he helped her set up a business. So like I say, guys, it's money to be made. There's money to be made out here. If you can help your wife, she, set up she got a brick and mortar. I forgot exactly what he said she do, but she got a little office now and all of that. And that's the way it go. That's the way it go, guys. So, I mean, I like to tell these type of stories because it's inspirational from somebody that started right from the bottom. They started right from the bottom, right? They started working at the plant, at Subway, at these little jobs. And while people might not believe in you, you have to believe in you. People might not believe in you, but you got to believe in you. So again, like I say, again, don't forget, guys, my coaching, February the 15th, the last day. Okay? Don't wait till the last day, man. If you can do it now, let's do it and let's get to rocking. You get my personal number when you do that too, right? So you'll be able to text me directly like this gentleman I'm talking about and some of the other people, right? And I can help you and inspire you, set up the coaching. Do that through Alexis and Jasmine. Also, if you're not on my Instagram, you can get on my Instagram. People be emailing me, what's my Instagram? It's Clean Up the Cash on Instagram. So you can type in Clean Up the Cash. You see my little picture and send me a request. I'll add you on Instagram. All right. Yeah, man. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to entertain it. Other than that, I wrap it up in a little bit. Next week, I'll be in Grand Rapids. I'm in Flint now. Next week, I'll be in Grand Rapids. So I had to do the walkthrough. We got to submit the numbers. I kind of already know. I got a feeling that out of all of the places that I looked at over the course of this weekend, I think I'm going to get at least 3 of them. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's 2020. Already kicking it off with a bang. I stay relentless, guys. I get a little sleep. I wake up early, but I stay up late. My face, I'm traveling. I got books over there in the chair now. I'm steady, trying to learn, steady trying to, understand different things. I'm open to other ventures. And some of you guys are open to other ventures too. I talked to some of you guys who say, hey, Fabio, really cleaning is not my passion. My passion is woo woo woo. And I tell them, I say, well, why you don't just go for your passion first? Because I take a substantial amount of money that I don't have up front, and I'm figuring that if I do the cleaning, I can make some money and leverage that. And then I say, okay, this is a smart idea. Why not do that? But I tell them, don't try to work in both. Keep your passion. You're going to eventually go there. You're going to eventually do that, right? So keep your passion, but work this cleaning business full throttle so you can bring in the revenue and source it out to your passion instead of trying to bounce back and forth between your passion and the cleaning business, the passion and cleaning business. Build your cleaning business up to the point that it's working on autopilot, like me, which means it's always making you money. You got your staff trained, it's always making you money. You don't have to pay it as much attention. You don't not pay it attention. I got people in my coaching that's going through that right now. And I'm not gonna say nobody names to talk about any specific stories, but people might they got the business and they're making a substantial amount of money, but they don't got the training of the employees down. And I'm telling you, if you don't straighten this shit up with the employees, you're going to lose this contract. It's paramount. You have to straighten this shit up with the employees, right? Because if you got a turning style with your employees, they come in just as soon as they come in, they going out a revolving door. The client is going to get rid of you because they're not going to like the fact that they keep seeing new faces in and out, right? They like to get set on, damn, and I got to call this one guy too. I wonder if he's up. It just hit me. I helped him put his numbers in. He's in my coaching. I hit him up. I wonder if he got this contract. If you check my community tab, just help somebody else. They got a contract, $3,100. When is a good time to file for a corp? You can file for a corp whenever you want to. Yeah, it's no certain time that you have to wait. You know, a lot of people start with like the LLC, and if you feel like you want to go to up the structure, right, the corporate structure ladder, then at any time you can file for it. You know, as long as you have as long as you have the money. Yeah, you know, and I think the filing is, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. I think the filing fee for that is about $2,500. Could be wrong, but I think I'm right. But yeah, all you have to do is uh, contact your state.gov, whatever your state is. You go on your on. You should be able to do it on your government site. I know at least on Michigan you're able to do it. So if you're gonna file, like if you're gonna file for a C corp or whatever, you're going up the structure, then I could go to Michigan.gov and get the application for it. Everything is right there on the site. So whatever your state is .gov, it should be on that, right? And you should be able to get all the information you need right there from that .gov site. What the filing fee is, what you have to go through, what's the process for it, and all of that. But you can file it anytime. And also, guys, a lot of things too, that like your phone, your cars, a lot of this stuff is tax deductible. You can actually put these items like in your business name, like especially under the LLC structure. So kind of keep that, in mind. You guys have any questions? Creativity is the key to settling individual in our industry. Yeah, definitely. You got to be creative. You got to be creative. I like to tell people, when you're conventional, you get conventional pay. When you're unconventional, you get the unconventional pay. If you do things the way everybody else do it, then you're going to get the same type of pay that they get. But if you be the one guy that thinks outside of the box, you do things a little bit different. You think outside of the box. I don't know what happened, guys, but it just cut my live off. It's crazy. Maybe that's a sign that I need to end it soon. Oh, my hair is a mess. In a minute, I hop in the shower. I'll be leaving, headed back down towards Detroit in the morning. Get in the city, bang it out. I'm thinking about doing some door-to-door. I haven't done it in a while myself, but I'm thinking about doing some door-to-door. It's cold as shit out here. But every time February come around, it's not February yet, but every time around February come around, I start having flashbacks to when I first started my business in 2012. It's terrible. It's terrible. Like I started just thinking back, like I was down bad, as they like to say in the South. I was, man. So I'm trying to help you guys out right now. If you guys set yourself up, and even when it's summertime, like in the summertime, that's why I'm trying to tell a lot of people, go out door to door, man. It's nice. Go out door to door, because if you set yourself up real good in the summertime, then you'll be able to kind of relax a little bit. Even though I think you should hit it hard year round. If you set yourself up good in the summertime, you'll be able to kind of relax. And I'm gonna tell you the same thing in the winter. If you get, you up 10K, 10.5, you up 15 grand a month. Your goal is 16 grand a month. You up 16 grand a month. You're still able to bring in a profit. You're still able to, pay your taxes and pay your bills and still have a nice profit left over. And that's okay with you. Cool. You didn't hit your target. But when you hit your target, you still want to set another target. You want to go higher and higher. So if your goal is 16 grand a month, 16K a month, and you hit 16K a month, then you need a new goal, right? So your next goal should be 25K a month, right? Or whatever the case is. Again, you want to reach your goal, set your goals up to be doable, and then you reach it, you obtain it, and then you set another goal and keep going up, And that's how I do, with myself, But I press myself. I'm a Virgo. I'm really, really hard on myself. Really, really hard. Virgos, we're not the best at losing. We kind of get in our own mind. It's easy for us to get set back. Sometimes door to door, it's the best they get to see your personality. Katrina, I love you. I love you, Katrina. That's what I be trying to tell them, Katrina. I be trying to tell them, especially like even, and it's crazy, because on my coaching calls, I tell my ladies, go door to door, because again, and this is facts. Anybody that do this business how I do it, they'll tell you, they don't know how you clean when you walk in there. When you walk in there, they don't know how you clean, but they will judge you on the way you look. So I try to tell my ladies, like, look, if you walk in my office, you try to clean and you look a certain way, right? I might be like, yeah, shit, yeah, I'm gonna hire you, right? But I tell them, be professional. You can still be you, have personality, but be professional, because you don't know who you're walking in against, right? You don't know who your contact person is. You don't know who the gatekeeper is, right? And sometimes it'll offend people when you walk in, or it'll offend, especially a woman, if she's the gatekeeper, and you walking in and you super sexy and you know all this and that. You don't have to put on your Sunday best, but don't overdo it. You want to be neutral, right? Because if the guy is the gatekeeper, you might be like, shit, yeah, I'm about to put the good word in for you. I want them to hire you, right? So they don't, again, like I say, just be professional and still have personality. Still be yourself and this and that, right? Just don't be overbearing with. Same thing with my fellas. I got a guy in Atlanta. He's like, man, I don't think they gonna hire me because I got dreads. Man, I'm about to send you a picture of my dreads. He into coaching. I say, man, all you got to do is retwist them. Just get them twisted where you can see the parts. Retwist them. Retwist them. Get you a nice shirt with a tie. Some casual pants, casual shoes. You good to go. I say, pull your dreads back. Just pull your dreads back in a ponytail, and you good to go. Because sometimes you look kind of gangster. You let your dreads hang. His dreads pretty long. I say, just get them retwisted and pull them back, and you good. Goatee, shade. You got all of this going. I say, just shade, get it, tighten it up, keep that professional look. And go in there and know your business. Know they ask you questions, have an answer for them. If you look like you don't know what they're talking about, they're gonna respond accordingly, and they're not gonna hire you. So they don't know how you clean, but they know how you look. Okay? They know how you look. So, and sex sell. I'm here to tell you. So people are like, well, what does that got to do with getting a sex sell? People judge you. People judge you. You look a certain way, they'll do business with you. How you wear your hair, they'll do business with you. I noticed when I had cornrows, just not to get off topic, but digital marketing, I'm all for it. What you think about digital? I'm all for it. Any digital marketing, online marketing, I'm all for it. Give it a shot. But I used to go into the buildings, right, with the cornrows to the back. And this was something that I tried. I had the cornrows. I had it natural, just curly. And I did the straight look, right? And I stayed solicitation is almost illegal. It's a way around it. It's a way around it. You know, you said almost, so that means you could do it. It's not. You said almost, so you can do it. But if you walk up to a building and it say no solicitation, then just write down the name of the company, the address, the telephone, make a note, and then go home and call them. Period. Or send them a direct marketing piece, a direct mail piece, right? Because you don't want to walk in a building that say no solicitation, because they're gonna be like, "Sir, ma'am, you didn't see the sign on the door that says no soliciting here." And then you really not gonna get the account, even if you send them a piece in the mail, or if you give them a call, because they're gonna feel like you violated and you disrespected. So whenever I see a piece that say, or a sign that say no soliciting on the door, I just make note, the name of the company, the address, write it down, and I just keep on going. I keep on going. But I will send them a mailing piece, or I will call them. Okay? So I'm just letting you guys know that. But like I say, when you walk in these buildings, you gotta look your best. But you want to be neutral, because like I say with the ladies, you don't know who you don't know who you're gonna be up against. You might be eye candy for a male, but we don't know if you're dealing with two males, the gatekeeper and the contact person, or two females, the gatekeeper and the contact person. You don't know who you. So you want to be comfortable, right? But you want to be presentable. You want to be professional. Same thing with my fellas, right? So you don't want to have to overdo it. But you guys have any more questions? Again, it's really not as hard as it seems. I swear to God, it's not. I done had people in my coaching that was scared to death and say, "Man, I'm scared to death to go door to door." Then he went door to door and hit me back. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna go tomorrow." And it wasn't so bad. He was like, "I don't know why I was so scared. It's just I was thinking that people might yell at me, they might violate me, and then I might get gangster. I might get hood on them. I might go off on them." I say, "Nah, man. They don't know you. You don't know them. There's no reason for them to do that. All they have to do is tell you that they're not interested and you leave, or that they could be interested and you do a walkthrough." I say, you're not there to high pressure sell them. All you're there when you go door to door to do is introduce yourself. You're not selling per se. You're just introducing yourself, letting them know that you're a new business to the area, let them know that you exist. You exchange business cards to see if they allow you to do a walkthrough. I try to do the walkthrough the same day that I go, "Hey, can we do a quick walkthrough?" But see, I got that charm. I could turn it on, right? "Hey, would it be okay if we do a quick walkthrough real quick? It won't take a lot of your time. We just do a quick walkthrough." It's more of a matter of fact. You see how I said that? I'm looking them in their eyes. Do a quick walkthrough. Sure, that's here. Well, what I would need you guys to do is, I need you guys to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to do that. And while he's saying what he needs us to do, I'm jotting it down. "Well, how about this? I see this over here. I know a lot of companies. Yeah, you can put that on there too. Man, you're great, man. You know your stuff. You see some things that's out of the ordinary. You can kind of help them. Again, you're the expert. You're the expert. Like when somebody come and put your alarm system in, they kind of tell you, well, this is this and this is this. They put the alarm system on your house. And they telling you, somebody fixing your car, see, here's why you don't want to do this and this, because see, what happens is this, do this. They're the expert. You're the expert when you come in there, right? Don't cut them off, because it's disrespectful while they're talking. Let them talk. Let them get their point out. And if you notice something, you can ask them. Okay. Again, all of that is going to go into writing up your numbers, writing up your estimate, putting your estimate together. Okay. So, boom, they're talking, you're writing. Then you ask them about whatever the case is, right? Let them answer. You're right. Okay. If it's nothing for you to really ask them, and they say, "Well, we need you to do A, we need you to do B, we need you to do C, we need you to," you do that quick walkthrough, you get in and out, be very personable. You want to have something about you that leave an impression on them. You want them to be able, which they often do. A lot of people don't believe me, but they do. A lot of times they go back up to the gatekeeper, the person at the desk, and be like, "What do you think about Fabio?" Yeah. "Oh, I like him. He's a guy. He's very professional. He was polite. He was courteous." And they'll do that. "What's your first impression of Fabio?" Right? Or if they like you, they say, "Yeah, I like the guy. Yeah. We're going to see what they're talking about with the numbers, but we might give them a shot." They'll talk amongst each other. Okay? Keep that in mind, guys. If you go in there like you don't want to be there because it's 9 o'clock in the morning, You had a coffee, you cold, and you look like you don't want to be there. They're gonna treat you like they don't want you to be there. Okay, so I'm just telling you guys what I know. Okay, I've been doing it for some time. I'm just telling you what I know. It's not as difficult going door to door as you guys think. It's not as difficult. Is the people for the most part is a lot of times more polite than they are not polite. Okay, every once and again you get somebody with a hectic morning. They had a bunch of calls, a bunch of paperwork to do, and a bunch of clientele coming in at your dentist's office. They got a, you know, the doctor then pissed them off, so now they kind of got an attitude at the front desk. Well, hell, that's not your fault, but you could find a way to lighten up the day. You know, it's just learning the psychology. You know, you can kind of, you know, like me, at least I'm able to do it. I could kind of pick vibes, you know, try to brighten up their day, you know. So that's what I try to tell a lot of people, guys. It's not that difficult. The phones is a little bit more difficult. Doesn't matter what your transportation look like. I don't feel like you do. I don't feel like you do. You know. I have a young lady right here on my channel. She's not in the coaching or anything, but I have a young lady right here on my channel. She caught the bus, you know, for a long time. She has a vehicle now, but she caught the bus for a long time. I had to wind up catching a bus, believe it or not. 2012 car went down. It was too cheap to, because again, my money was dwindling down at the bank, and what I had to pay to get the car fixed, I'm like, fuck, I'm not about to take that out because that's gonna set my account back such and such. So for a minute, I bought one of those passes. In Detroit, they got the Smart Pass. Is the name of the bus, Smart Transportation, Smart Bus. I got one of those monthly passes. So I'm like, if I could use this for a month and I can get X amount of contracts, I can either get a better car or at least make enough money to get my car fixed. So for a minute, I had to do the bus to, you know, go door to door and different things like that. Go to different contracts, you know. So, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So if you want it really, really bad, you want to be successful, then you'll find a way to make it happen. So I don't think transportation play a part, okay? Because they don't know if you drove there or if you didn't. When you go in clean, they don't know if you drove there or if you didn't, right? So, you know, you want to find a way to make it happen. You know, I used to be on the bus with my backpack and everything. I had my forms and everything in the backpack. I was ready to go. I had my little headphones on, and I'm riding. I'm just tunnel vision. I'm focused. You understand? So again, if you really want it, you'll find a way, guys, to make it happen. You guys have any more questions for me? I really want to see you guys win. I swear. I swear. So if you get an email from me, again, it's not going to be to say anything, but over time, if you get an email to say checking in, it's just me. I'm personally going to send out some emails because a lot of you guys email me. I haven't heard from in a while. So I'm going to just randomly email some of you guys to check on you, see what's up with business, man, because this need to be your year. I'm not asking you. I'm not trying to reason with you. I'm telling you this need to be your year. You know you didn't go hard in 2019. And I need you guys to be, head first behind this cleaning stuff in 2020. I need you to be out here head first behind this cleaning stuff. I don't care if you're in Houston. I don't care if you're in Nebraska. I don't care if you're in Tampa. I don't care if you're in Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. I don't care where you at. I don't care if you're out there Chirac, Chicago. I don't care if you're out Michigan. I don't care if you're in my hometown in Toronto and you're watching me. I don't care if you're in Winnipeg, you're in Windsor, Ontario. I don't care where you at. You need to be head first behind this stuff. For my people that watch me in Jamaica, I got people in Jamaica that email me, and Trinidad that email me. Who else? We got a lady in South Africa. Who else? Australia. We got my Australians. Wherever you at, on a global set, You guys need to be head first. It applied the same way in Michigan. The dynamics of starting a business might be different, but the same information apply. You go door to door. You're in Australia, in Sydney, wherever you at. You're in the UK, wherever you at. You need to be out there head first, knocking doors, using the phones, doing what's necessary. You need to be innovative, right? You still, of course, we're gonna do everything that all the companies do to try to, door to door, pick it up. But if you find a method that nobody is doing, why not you? Why not you? And this the same stuff apply for residential and commercial. Like I say, I got a way with residential that I say just for the coaching, but I got a way to be able to maintain those and have them for regular accounts instead of one-time cleanings. But if you need money fast, if people ask me, email me, Fabio, money is a thing right now for me. How can I make some money fast? I would tell you, if it's just for the money, then you need to make some money fast. I will tell you to go over to residential. They're easier to pick up, but you just gotta know that it may or may not be an ongoing cleaning. It might be a one-time cleaning job. But when you go in there, you better show up and show out. You better act like you want this to be a regular cleaning. I'm talking about you need to clean it. You need to go in there and show up and show out. Okay? Because you want them to be able to say, well, can we use you on a weekly basis? Or can we use you bi-weekly? Again, be fair with them, guys. That's what I do. Like, don't just do it for the money. Like, I know you got to make money as a business. Especially, it's easy for me because you say, okay, you already making some money. I need to make some money. But guys, if you know the house is not that big or whatever, don't try to sign them up for a weekly. The needy become the greedy. The needy become the greedy. So if you know, shit, I could just do this every 2 weeks. I save them, a couple weeks of pay instead of having them on a weekly thing. I tell them, okay, we can set you up for every other week. Would that be fine? At the same dollar amount, whatever you guys agreed upon or whatever. And then you set them up for every other week. Again, the greedy become the needy. People, same thing with the commercial. I get on the phone, they be like, How much? I say, look, I don't know, bro. Like when we setting up the numbers, they come in, they do the walkthrough, and they come back to me, and they say, well, Fabio, can you help me with the numbers? So I say, okay, boom. They already got my paperwork. Cool. Let's just go ahead and set it up on the paperwork. I'm looking at the same form they looking at, right? Because it's the same form that we use. Hey, plug this in. Well, I don't know, Fabio. Did you see them pictures? I think I should charge at least another 150. I'm like, man, to be honest, you can. I wouldn't, but you can. I don't want to tell you because I just think they not gonna pay that extra 150, 200. I'm just telling you, bro, because you are already up $2,000 on that. I don't think they gonna pay that. And sometimes they'll go up on it, like I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm like, all right, good, cool. Let me know, and that's how I go. And then they'll be like, man, I ain't heard nothing back from them. I say, follow up behind it, like follow up before you just assume they're not gonna. All right, follow up, and then they'll say we got somebody or whatever the case is, or usually I'm hitting a home run. Usually I don't get it every time. I don't want to make it seem like I always get it, but I'm usually on the right track with the numbers. And then just like if y'all check my community tab, I help somebody put a bed in. They say they sign up for the carpet cleaning too. They want the carpet cleaning. They want them to do the carpet cleaning work too. I say, shit, I hope you ain't put the carpet cleaning in at 3,100 because they got a contract for 3,100 that I helped them. I helped them get based on the information they did a walkthrough, provided me with the stuff, and I kind of helped them with the numbers. Boom, 3,100. They got the contract, and they want them to do the carpet cleaning job. That's on my community tab. For you guys, I don't know if you pay attention to my community tab right here on YouTube, but send me the text message. I'm like, okay, bam, you got it. Go ahead, do the carpet cleaning job. You're like, man, I appreciate you so much. So again, I don't get everything. So again, guys, if you do come in my coaching, I'm not this guy. I ain't gonna get everything. I help you, but you ain't gonna get everything, even when I help you, because I don't get everything, right? But I swear I'm gonna give you the best advice possible. I'm gonna give you the best advice possible if you decide to come in. You're not going to get everything. If you don't get it, we're going to keep it pushing. I feel like we a team, we family at this point. So the coach, you don't get fucked over, don't get fucked up about it, excuse my French, and don't let it, get you down. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Keep sending those leads in to me so my people can try to call and do the lead generation for you. And you keep doing what you're doing on your end. Boom, bring it to me. Boom, we try to put it together. Try to get you as much revenue within this 365 days as possible. Okay? That's what it boiled down to for me. I'm about the money, guys. So, and you should be about the same thing. Okay? You guys have any more questions? Any more questions? Like I say, I'm out here. I think I'm gonna get at least 3 of these contracts in Flint. Next week I'm gonna be in Grand Rapids. So I'm just moving and shaking, around. I'm just trying to make it happen. My people call, do the lead generation during the week for me, and I try to book it for a Friday, Saturday, because that's my off day, right? It's more convenient for me. But if they say, no, we can't do it, you need to drive up here Wednesday, I'm gonna drive up there Wednesday. Tremendous blow. Yeah. So if they say, hey, we need you up here Wednesday, then I'm gonna go Wednesday. But you guys gotta stay at it. You gotta stay proactive. You gotta keep trying things. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. There's like the same guy I helped get to 3,100. If you read the text message on the community tab, he kept saying that he wanted to go get it. I say, stop thinking like that, bro. Stop saying that. Stop thinking like that. Because he hadn't gotten any other contracts, and he was feeling like he was putting in a lot of work and he wasn't getting no traction. He wasn't getting where he wanted to be. Stop saying that. I'm gonna need you guys to stop saying that to yourself too. I can't do this. I don't got the money for fuck that, man. Put in sweat equity. Get out there knocking doors. Again, you heard my story before. I started with a $200 course. I paid for the course. It gave me fantastic information. I sat on the course for 2 weeks because I don't know what the hell I thought. I guess I thought that I was supposed to read it and it was just gonna come knocking on my door. It's gonna fall in my lap. Picked up the phones because I'm so late. I ain't want to go door to door. So I picked up the phone, made calls. No. We already have a cleaning company. We're cleaning the house. No. No. And then I'm like, man, forget this. I gotta go door knocking. Hopped in my car before it went out for a minute. I had to hop on a bus. But I was going door to door. No. Now I know I wanted to get my first contract in the first 60 days. It took me 90 days to get the $300 contract. And I got people to get a $3,000 contract in 30 days. They run in circles around me. That's because as a coach, I can help them over the stumbling blocks. I can help them avoid the pitfalls because I've been through a lot what they're going. Fabio, how would you respond to this and this and this? Oh man, I went through that myself. And here's what I did. I don't think you should do this and this and that. I will let them know. So again, it's entirely up to you guys. But I didn't have a Fabio Hart available to Fabio Hart when I first started out. So you guys got it made in the shade with a glass of lemonade just on my channel alone. Despite the coaching. Even if you didn't do the coaching, you can still make a lot of money just watching my videos alone. And that's what I'm trying to press towards. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. But you're going to have to take the initiative. You're going to have to take the action. You're going to have to execute. Execution is king. I'm trying to tell you, execution is king. And while y'all keep sitting around, thinking your job is safe, it's not. I'm here to tell you it's not. You're going to sit around, somebody in your area, in your neighborhood, somebody I'm like, yeah, girl, I just started this cleaning business. What? When you started doing that? Yeah, I got these 2 contracts already or whatever. I'm going to see how this turned out. And you got no contracts. And you've been watching Fabio for 6 months, 8 months. You ain't got no contracts because you ain't putting in no action. And your homeboy, your homegirl just told you they got these 2 little small contracts. They about to see how it work out. Now you pissed off because you're going to be like, where the hell that come from? Guys, I'm trying to tell you, this business is one of the fastest growing every year. It seems like it's growing even faster because it's not a lot of overhead in a commercial cleaning. It's really not. The profit margin is high. because you don't have a lot of overhead. It's something that you can run from home. You don't need to have an office. I have one because I have one, but you don't need one. You can do your interviews at like Starbucks or Tim Hortons, professional place like that, right? All the time. I'm in Tim Hortons all the time. People doing interviews. They got their laptops up. They asking questions. So what made you, apply with us? I'm trying to tell you. You go to Tim Hortons. You go to, if you're not Tim Hortons in your area, you go to Starbucks. Same thing. They doing interviews. You see them in their tie, they suit. They sitting there. They doing their interviews. So don't be too proud not to use them. You don't need an office. What's up? What's up, bro? Hold on. She said something about percentage. Then on the point, silent partnership at 25% profit, 12 months. Yeah. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, so like I say, guys, and then when you start making the money, again, guys, I'm giving y'all the game. Like when you start making the money, y'all have to start saving the money and investing the money to like high dividend accounts. You have to start having your money work for itself. And that's what I learned through my mentor. That's why, like, I still work hard, but that's why I don't do a lot of the footwork no more. Like, I don't have to do a lot of the footwork like I used to, like chasing the accounts, right? Chasing the accounts. You start bringing the money in, okay? You buy what you need to buy for the business, etc., etc. You're going to give yourself the bare minimum through the first year. That's what I would suggest. You don't want to be like me. If y'all watch my first $5,000 check video, y'all know how it went for me. Your first year of revenue coming in, everything should really be going right back into the business. You should take the bare minimum. And then what you take out of the profit margin, you invest that into a high interest type of account or into a stock if you're into stocks, or learn about stocks or real estate or any investment area if you're into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all of that stuff. Somebody on the Facebook. Um, yeah. If you walk in a facility or you're on the phone, you call, right? As long as you don't seem kind of pushy, they could tell you no and they could turn to a yes later, right? So one of the techniques that I like to use is really not a technique. It's really just what you're really supposed to do. You walk in there, introduce yourself, let them know why you're there. They say no, we have a cleaning company right now. What I like to say, well, okay, fine, that's not a problem. Would it be okay if I check back with you the next quarter or in 3 months or whatever the case is? And almost inevitably they say, sure, not a problem. Yeah, just give us a shout, next 3 months, next 4 months, what have you. And if anything changed, great. By the way, Fabio, you have a business card or you have something with your name and your number on it. That way, if something, they'll hit you with that, guys. Not everybody, but sometimes you have to take the initiative too. So if they don't ask you, you say, okay, great. Well, here I want to leave you one of my business cards. You go in your shirt, give them a business card. Ask them if they have a business card, right? And then in the next 3 to 4 months, like he said or she said that it was okay to do, you go ahead and follow up. Hi, Tim. This is Fabio. I don't know if you remember me from Hollywood Janitorial. Came in about 3 months ago in regards to commercial cleaning. I just want to see where you stand on commercial cleaning. Are you still happy with your current cleaner? Have you been looking for perhaps another cleaner? And they said, yeah, Fabio, I remember you guy. You the guy with the curly hair. You got the wavy curly hair. I remember you. Yeah. Let's revisit. When can you come back in? Oh, I think I want to talk to you. You know, and then you just go right back in, guys. Now that won't always happen. That's just an example. But again, as long as you don't try to be like, oh, I can do better than your current cleaner and stuff like that, That's messy. You don't want to do that. If you, I can do it at the same price that you're paying them, and I do an extreme good job and all of that. Like, they really don't like that. So don't down the next cleaning company that's there. If they say they're not interested, some people tell you to do that. I'm here to tell you that I don't do that. If they're not interested, just politely walk away, and then give them a call back in the next 3 to 4 months, like they said it was okay to do. You know, so that's what I suggest you guys do. Like I said, it's really simple. It really is, to go in there and do the walk to do the walkthrough, knocking on doors. It's really simple. From west coast to east coast, from north to south. It's really simple to do. You just have to be able to get up and go out there and get it. The type of accounts that I like to attract now is property management companies, because they have a lot of work. They definitely keep you busy on both sides, residential and commercial. If you get a property management company, get 2 or 3, man, the revenue can add up really, really quick on the property management. So whether it's an apartment clean out, or whether it's a home, a house clean out, or, you know, whatever the case is, or it's a business where they're the property management of this office park business, or whatever the case is. Because see, if you go into an office park, a lot of times they're gonna tell you, well, you got to meet with the leasing agent, you got to meet with the property management company. They're the ones responsible for hiring the commercial cleaner. So that's why I'm telling you guys that now. If you can get you a property management company, they'll definitely keep you busy. It's always work there. I love those, and I love industrial buildings, like the plants. Okay, again, I still go after the law firms. We got funeral homes, charter schools, private. We charter school, private school, um, dealerships, car dealerships, um, insurance companies. Um, what else? Man, just so many. And then we got the window cleaning business, right? The window cleaning business. I don't market that as much, but I do market that. But that's a viable business right there. You can get many, many, and that money can add up really, really quick. That's something that you can do in one day. You can sell, 20, 30, 40 accounts over the weekend, you know, but you got to be able to get out there and hustle and bustle. And that you can set up actually a contract for. That won't even be a one-time clean. You can literally set up a contract to do the windows weekly, to do the windows bi-weekly, to do the windows once a month. One place might have you do it once a month. Other place might have you to do it bi-weekly. You might have some people that might want you to do their windows weekly. Again, it's money to be made. You just, whatever your niche is, you find your niche, and then you focus on that. You build that niche up, and then you kind of jump into something else. That's how I usually tell people to do. Because when you're all over the place, you don't get the result that you want. Okay? Guys, any more questions? I'm going to wrap it up. If not, yeah, we already 2 hours in. So, okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If you got some questions, throw them at me real quick while I'm still alone. Don't forget about the coaching. The coaching itself for the annual coaching is $900. I do know that by heart. The other prices I'm not familiar with. You can check my community tab. We just posted on that just recently. But yeah, the coaching, $900 is the minimum amount of money compared to what you can make throughout the course of the next 12 months. If you're interested, you'll email me at Hollywoodjanitorialserv at gmail.com, Hollywoodjanitorialserv at gmail.com. My assistant Alexis or Jasmine will be able to handle you. If you're interested to, converse with me on Instagram, I do check my own DMs on Instagram. It's Clean Up the Cash on Instagram. Clean Up the Cash. Just the way it sounds. Clean Up the Cash on Instagram. So yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. Otherwise, if you have any questions that you didn't get off here, you can always email it over to me at the same email, Hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com, Hollywoodjanitorialserv@gmail.com. I look forward to having more people, and I want to thank once again everybody that came in. We had like 6 people that came in over the weekend for the coaching, or they bought the Legion or the paperwork or whatever they bought. I want to thank you guys so much. We're going to work really hard to turn everything around for you and to help your 2020 be a lot better than your 2019. With that being said, the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Take care.